Hi there. Well, my name is Carlos Muñoz, and I am a Mexican artist, born and raised here in Mexico City. I started my artistic practice 1 year ago, mostly doing paintings and sculpture, but also I do photography, and I use a lot of digital techniques, new media, and a little bit of video also. I would describe it like a quest. I am always looking for something in my practice. I look for textures or shapes in order to represent a concept or a feeling, a moment in time, or an idea. And right now, my main subject is trauma and what emerges from it, from wounds, from internal conflicts, and so on. And I have found that I can achieve that through darkness. It started as in an individual level, going inside myself, but currently I am taking it to a collective level, like a society issue, a historical issue, our interactions as human beings. For me, this darkness, this void is a place of dichotomy where you can experience peace or struggle, meditation or confrontation. So I try to avoid the standards of good or bad just because it's dark. I try to just let it be and not judge it by any means. When I am experiencing this darkness, I just see how things manifest, what kind of shapes emerge from that contemplation. And then I took the materials or look for them in case I don't have them in order to capture the shapes or the concepts or the images I am seeing or experiencing. There are two ways I usually work. One comes from visualization through different processes. For example, nature contemplation, or Mexican medicine, meditation, or social interactions in everyday life. And after those experiences, a shape or an image pops out, and then I start to realize how that shape was created. So that's the case of one of my sculptures called The Shell. In that case, first the image of the shell came into my mind, and then I found out that that image was a projection of my behavior mechanism that was born of trauma. And on the other hand, the other way I work is thinking about the concept and then going deep inside that concept in order to make it more clear. Another good example is the environment, and then going further, right? Going more specific about pollution. Pollution, how? Maybe with oil. Okay, what about oil? Spilling oil. Okay, and then I go further and further to make it as specific. And then I create a reflection or a place where people can have a debate about what's going on using those resources like darkness and texture, like oil, it has its very particular texture. Either way, I try to create image that people can get deep inside, like a place. They can get lost in those textures and shapes, where they can reflect also about their own internal dilemmas or conflicts. So yeah, the idea is to get a glimpse of that darkness and without, judging it, embrace it, and then going through a reflection and contemplation process that applies to our lives. Okay, well, at the beginning, I started painting just flat, the canvas, some painting, mostly acrylics. But I had this feeling that it wasn't exactly what I wanted to show. So I began to combine materials such as powder, glue, silicone, resin, to take that painting and pop it out from the canvas to achieve certain level of texture and dimension also. After that, I put aside the canvas a little bit to begin sculpting with clay, with wood, stones, and using other elements such as ropes, paper, cardboard. I once used a cell phone. I want the viewer to have a different perspectives of just one artwork. You know, not just a linear one where you stand in front of a painting and you look straight to it, but to discover what is happening inside that darkness. And maybe the viewer can empathize with a painting more than another because the textures and the place is different. You can have a lot of explorations without having any color, just a glimpse of light, and there you go. You can get lost inside a painting or a sculpture just by looking it by different points of view.